Hi, welcome to Passion for Life with Dee and Friends, and I'm Dee, and I have a friend here today, and I'm so happy, and I'm so glad to be here again, sharing my passion for life and with Dee and Friends, and it's just amazing to be here every week to share my passion, which is to help people have the best integrity of life and to live a life that people should live. So today, well, last week we had a wonderful lady, and she went back to London today, and she shared her book. But I have another wonderful lady, and actually I met her, oh my gosh, a little while ago, and over a year ago, and we just bonded, and we've been, saying we're going to get together, and finally. Hi, Cherie. How you doing?
Hi, Dee. I'm good. How are you?
Oh, welcome to my show today. And actually, you know what? You did your show how long ago?
Sometime in the winter, the Men in Depression.
Right.
I don't remember when it was. Was it last year?
It was
late last year?
It was probably last year?
No, it was in January, actually.
It was in January?
Yeah, I remember.
Okay. Well, I love you, and I'm so glad you came here today. So, because you're on my show for the first time, and I'm going to ask you what I usually ask all my friends.
Okay.
What is your passion for life?
My passion is to help other people to live a more fulfilling life. Because there's so many people in this world who are unhappy, who are living unfulfilled lives. So my goal is to help them on their journey to become better.
Okay. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, that is. I enjoy it.
I know you do, because every time we get together, or I went to a workshop recently, but I'm going too fast.
Okay.
Now, explain to me, what are you doing? What was your journey a little bit? What are you doing now in terms of your life?
Right now,
yes.
I work in a school. I'm a school social worker, and I have a private practice doing psychotherapy. My goal is to do something on a bigger scale. Like you just brought up the workshop. I would like to do that, do different workshops and seminars just across the country to help other people.
Right.
And I do a vision board and prosperity to help people, because prosperity includes not just money, because everybody thinks money, but prosperity includes love, relationships, health, all those kind of things. So my specialty is mental health. Right. So I want to help people do those kind of things.
Yeah. Because I know that I had wanted us to do this together at one point, because it was you with your mental health and me with the physical health.
Right.
And it all is relative, because you can't have one without the other.
Right.
So it's like, oh, yeah.
I was thinking that the other night too, because my schedule at that my life was just so busy at that time.
Yeah.
It's about to get a little busy again, but I'm not gonna allow it to get as busy as it was.
Right.
I feel like I need to be doing something else that I really love. Not that I don't love my job working in the school.
Oh, wow.
But it's very demanding. And they moved me to a new school this year, but last year it's just so demanding.
Yeah.
But I have to make time to do other things.
Right. Well, then you're going to definitely, I'm already claiming that you're going to be here at least once a month, or maybe if not once a month, every other month or something.
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay, because I love where you're going. And recently we connected. You had this prosperity workshop, and I didn't know anything about what I was going to. Yes, I didn't know what a vision board was. But now that I know, because people do vision boards all the time, but not really on a board. they do it on the refrigerator or
yeah,
wherever.
Or their, their computer screen, you know, screensaver.
Now, explain to everybody what a vision board is.
Well, a vision board or people call it a dream board. It's a board where you put pictures or images, words of what things that you want to experience in life.
Right.
And in my workshop, I kind of went into how our subconscious works and how and basically in therapy, that's what we do. We work on blocks because sometimes there's things that are blocking you from being successful or from moving on in life, moving out of relationships, moving to new relationships. And you don't really know. And a lot of the times we bring our past stuff to the present. It's always working, though.
Right.
Everything from your past is always working in the present. People don't realize that. So it's therapy is for them to kind of get an idea of what's going on and the fear, because we have a lot of fears, including me. So, but you just have to be aware of them so that you can kind of work through them.
Right.
So I talked a little bit about that because that's what kind of keeps people from being successful in certain areas of their life, because you know, whether they were told they can't do something, whether they lived in poverty, they feel you know, a sense of hopelessness, like they can't do it.
Right.
So my goal is to, you know, kind of educate them in that area, and then we do vision boards. We talk about gratitude, keeping gratitude journals. It's like a just like a big coaching session. If anybody knows anything about coaching, gratitude, imagination. People don't realize how powerful their imagination is. If they can just see themselves, that's what having a vision is just seeing yourself in a place where you want to be, wherever you want to be in life.
It's like claiming.
Yeah, it's like claiming it.
Now, the thing is it based on visualization? Because I know there was a whole big back in the day.
I think the imagination kind of coincides with that. Yeah, it's visualizing, having a vision of what you want to experience. Like I shared in my workshop when I have a 2013 Audi A5 and I had a 2010 and I wanted that car so bad, so I went to the dealership and I got the what do you call it, the book with the car in it, the brochure. Yeah. And I can remember seeing a man driving down the street, and I stopped him. I was like, I want that car. He had a white one, just like mine. Yeah. And I went and got the brochure, and I hung it up on my bathroom. I didn't have a vision board yet. I hung it up on my bathroom. Every morning, I would just look at it, and I would just get all excited, like my car. And then I would just see myself driving it. And this is my second one. So now I'm on to something different. I'm not going to let you guys know what it is yet.
Well, you already shared with me, so I won't say nothing.
I'm on to my next car, things that I want, but that's what I do. And sometimes you don't even realize that you're walking past this vision board every day and you're seeing the different images and it's being, set into the unconscious. You don't even realize that it's really, this coming to fruition in your life. Because I've done that and I've gone back and looked at it and said, oh, wow, that's, because even my book, I shared that I put a butterfly, because I like butterflies, on the vision board. And the guy he passed away, the guy who did my book cover, Al Ford, he chose butterflies to put in. It was exact butterflies that were on my vision board.
Really? Oh, my goodness.
So.
Wow. Well, the thing is, how did you come about these vision boards? How did you learn about these vision boards?
Let me think about it. Oh, I know. I used to read a lot about a lot of spiritual stuff. I still do. And during my journey, I would just read about the vision boards, dream boards, or even doing it in a, what do you call the books where you put the photos
Journals
in? Journals or the, I can't think of the name of it.
I'm not really sure, but I know it's
photo album,
a
photo album.
Yeah.
So I would read about
scrapbook.
Same thing.
Yeah.
And I would read about that. And then I went to one year. Me and my niece, we went to a yoga studio that I go to, Yogananda in Garden City. We did a vision board for the new year. We did a vision board. Like a workshop. Okay. So we did yoga, and then we all got together and we did our vision boards. So from then, I've been doing a vision board every year.
Wow. Well, because as I said, I really didn't know about them. I knew about visualization. I knew about, like putting it out on your refrigerator or what have you, but not really sitting down and really taking it to that next level.
Yeah, because it's like you're being very specific about, and that's what you should do.
And I knew that you needed to do that, but you kind of forget that you need to do that. Sometimes when you get so wrapped up into your life, you kind of like don't realize what you need to do to get to that next level, and you do block, and you do get fearful. And there's all that.
So it's so many things that go along with having a vision board, though. It's work, and it's, I do a lot of things to help people gain that confidence of being able to get to where they want to go, because people have fears, and some people don't feel like they can do it.
Right, yeah.
Or who am I to want to do these things, you know? So that's my goal of helping people to do that. So in my vision board workshop, I included, so they were able to win. There was a raffle given. They were able to win a free session with me, a coaching session, a personal training session with my son. My son is a personal trainer. And my friend Sybil, she started a cleaning business called Mrs. Green's Cleans.
Oh, okay, I like that.
Yeah, her name is Sybil Green. And it's called Mrs. Green's Cleans, and they got half off of the price of getting their house clean.
Right.
So my goal, and then I had Andre, he was there, he's a financial advisor.
Oh yes, and he contacted me.
Yeah, he's very good.
Yes.
And my goal is to see, that's what you do. To be successful, you have to help other people become successful as well.
Exactly.
So that was my goal, to help my friends and my family to, you know, move a little further in what they're doing in life. So
I enjoyed it. I have to say, I really did enjoy the people. And you're talking about you're getting people together, and they're all walks of life. But people just all of a sudden now it's a focus that you can do that. You know, because sometimes I think people don't realize that it's okay to want certain things. You know, and to put that out there, to envision it, to try to strive for these things. You know, because people say, oh, maybe we don't deserve that.
Yeah, well, a lot of people really feel that way deep down. I know that when I got my first car, my first Audi, I remember I worked in the police department at a time, and Michael Murphy, I love him. I call him my favorite. When I got my car, he saw the car, and he says, nice car, Cherie, and he goes, you deserve it. And I had to say, yeah, I do deserve it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so sometimes we don't, like, who are you to want to have these things or have these nice things? But you do deserve it.
Yeah, and why not go and enjoy it, because you can't take it with you. Because people want you to save and save and save. And it's like, well, you know, what's
going to happen if I'm not here tomorrow?
You know,
somebody else is going to spend it.
Enjoy what you should be enjoying today.
Yeah.
So why not? So I go for it, you know. It's like, why not? So it's a good deal. So, and helping people is so good. Now, what made you decide to go back to school for psychoanalyst?
I felt like I knew I wanted to have a private practice. So I felt like this would set me apart from everybody else. And it really does, because the psychoanalytic piece is everybody doesn't have that, and it's just a whole other world of information and knowledge. And being a woman of color, I felt like it would set me apart from everyone else. And it does, because I just have a totally different knowledge of things. And then when I incorporate my spirituality into that, it's something different as well.
So you said that you're doing at this point, you're being, well, you are on the couch or whatever. I don't know how what do you mean, like you're going and having
my own therapy?
For your own,
absolutely. I say everybody who is a social worker, anybody who's in the helping field, they need to be in their own therapy. Like I was just saying, if I'm not aware of my own stuff, I can bring my stuff into the therapy session. And I need to be okay to be able to help other people. I need to be aware, like, this is something I'm dealing with, you know, before I say something wrong or do something wrong in the session, you know. So I think that's very important. It makes you more self-aware, and it's freeing, you know, when you understand yourself, when you're able to know who you are. So I do recommend that for anybody that's in, everybody really, but for anybody that's in this kind of field, they need to be in there. I always say that.
I know myself, I actually had some challenges when my father was really, really ill, and it seemed like I wasn't able to, I was trying to help him, but then I realized I had to help myself, and in order to help, because I was crying a lot,
Yeah.
I was depressed. I just couldn't do. So in order to, my pressure, everything, my body was so affected by all the stress and running around trying to take care of him. All of a sudden you forget yourself. And I couldn't sleep. It was very bad. So I ended up going to a psychologist or somebody that I could talk to.
Right.
And somebody that was objective, because you can't, you talk to your family and they can't really understand sometimes, you know. It's unfortunate, or they add their stuff to it.
Yeah,
you
but
know,
they don't want your opinion. So like, people think when in therapy there's somebody there to give you advice. It's really not. I'm not there to give advice. I'm there to help you through. I'm here to help you learn better coping. It's the support thing, a thing to help you learn about who you are, where a lot of things are coming from, why we have certain patterns of behavior in our lives. So that's what I'm there to do. I'm not there to give you any advice about what you should do. And a lot of people think that. But that's not.
No, you have to be able to share and feel comfortable with that person. And
so you build a rapport with the person, and then the person, you know, some people feel like I've been in therapy for a lot of years, and some people don't want to leave therapy because things come up. You know, and how am I going to deal with this? Or is it, you know, but you know, you're always learning about who you are.
No, you should. Because if you don't, then what happens? You know, you end up actually not growing. No,
absolutely. So, and I think this is like, you know, everybody doesn't go to therapy. Not saying that people don't grow, but I think this is a whole other. This is a different level. And I only know that because I'm in my own therapy. It's a totally different level.
I miss it, kind of. I should go back.
My therapist asked me, when was I gonna end? And I said,
really?
And I said, I'm gonna be here forever. And she goes, you do know I'm old, right? I go,
oh my goodness.
I go, well, I'm gonna stay here until whenever when I have to leave. I mean, I think the more I learn about me, the more I learn about who I am. It makes me better for everybody, other people that I help.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So, and it just keeps me on a happier path. Because then I understand where things come from. I learn how to deal with other people better. So it's definitely a plus in my life.
It helped. It did help, because I didn't have to take as many to calm me down, because I was so hyper at that point. And as I said, I couldn't sleep. I just was very emotional, and it was very stressful at that point. So it helped me get through what was to come. Because I don't think if I had not gone.
But then it's the support thing too, as well.
Definitely. And it wasn't judging. You know,
it's
it wasn't judging. You know, it was just something that I could talk, share. Nobody gives me advice, because like you said, people.
You don't want to hear that.
You don't want to hear that. You know, please. I don't. You know. I just want to talk. I just want you to listen and validate. You know, and a lot of people don't know how to validate, unfortunately.
Everybody wants to tell you what you need to do, what you don't need to do. It's like, that's not, and it's about helping you find your own way, really. So it's not about telling you what to do. It's helping you find your own way. And then when you get into situations when you have losses, then you have more strength to get through it.
And that's what happened, because my father passed away soon afterwards, but I was able to deal with a lot better, because I had that peace that I was able to share and get it out.
And that's people don't realize that just being able to get it out is a big thing.
Definitely.
Because you're holding stuff in and you're never talking about it. You're never talking about your own feelings. You know, you have different cultures who believe you don't talk about feelings. But that's important.
Well, the thing is, I know that I always went on that vein that I need to tell. I need to tell you exactly how I feel, and let's move on. Because people tend to hold it in, and then it spirals into this. And then when cancer.
Exactly. People don't realize that. You hold on to things, how it affects your body. But then, then you get to a place where then you're saying things that you shouldn't really say, because you've gotten that angry.
Or do something that you really shouldn't do because of that anger. So, and angry and stress, and because it's all it does.
Well, it does manifest itself in the body. I always tell everybody. I don't know if I said this at the the workshop, but the symptoms are in the body.
Right.
Again, we talked a little bit about that. I know when my friend, she's doing the event, the cancer, the cure for grown girls cure, I think it's called, and it's August.
Is it 29th? 29th?
Oh, wait, what's next Saturday? I think it's next Saturday.
Well, today is the 21st, so it would be the 29th. Yes,
August 29th, yeah. Hempstead Zex Lounge at from 3 to 9, I think it is. But it's
I'm going to be there
50%
for sure.
of the proceeds are going to, I guess,
breast cancer awareness.
Breast cancer awareness, yeah.
Right.
So, but people don't realize that resentments, all those things that you hold on to, it manifests itself in the body. And that's something I learned in the psychoanalytic training, that the symptoms are in the body.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt.
So,
well, that's my passion, about sharing about your body, why things are happening, why disease is happening. And a lot of people don't realize it's actually, they say, oh, it's genetics. My mama had this, my father had that, oh, my sister had that. No, it's environmental.
Yeah, it is.
It's environmental genetics. They call it epigenetics. And it's really because of what you allow to put into your space, into your body. It's kind of crazy, but it is real. It really is real. It affects your body, and everybody's like, oh, well, you lost a lot of weight, blah, blah. Yeah, because I finally realized my body was working like, my fat cells were working like cancer cells.
Wow.
Basically because it was getting a food source. My fat cells were working because my blood, everything was so out of balance. My blood didn't know what to feed. So it started feeding the fat cells. And
so when it feeds, what happens with that when it starts to feed the fat cells?
It just gets bigger, and it gets more.
Keep putting on more
well,
weight.
The fat cells are there already, so it just kind of manifests and starts going and getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Wow.
So, but that's just like cancer cells, because the cancer cells are in your body also.
And then you're feeding it with certain things.
Right.
So that's why we were just talking about exercise and eating the right foods.
You have to put the
vegetables,
right thing in your
everybody,
mind.
Vegetables.
Well, organic.
Yeah, definitely organic.
Without the chemicals and all that kind of stuff.
I always like to say when you can, because some people can't get to organic food.
Well, you know what? The thing is, you have to be very much aware. Okay, you can't necessarily get to organic, but try to get to the real foods. You go to places that will patronize what is it, farms that have real food, because they don't necessarily have to be organic, but they don't have to have any chemicals.
Because I ask, like when in Manhattan, they'll have, they have the farmers markets out in the summertime.
Exactly.
And I'll say, like, do you use pesticides?
Exactly. And you know what? They will tell you. They should tell you.
They do.
Well, you know what? We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.
My name is Robert Brevard. I'm here for Multi-Medicine in Westbury, New York. We're located at 1065 Old Country Road, Suite 214. Been here for about 15 years. The practice has medical doctors, physical therapists, chiropractors, acupuncturists. We also do pain management, and we have orthopedists on staff. Here at Advanced Multi-Medicine Rehabilitation, we've got physical therapists on staff who treat an array of conditions, from neck pain to back pain, shoulder pain. We treat carpal tunnel. We treat a lot of car accident patients, slip and falls. We treat patients with knee injuries, with ankle injuries. We have state-of-the-art equipment, from x-rays to EMGs. What is an EMG? It's a diagnostic test that allows a doctor to determine where the pinched nerve is. Is a physical therapist at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation. She's working on Stephanie, who was involved recently in an